Climate change is no longer a distant concern for communities in Bamenda and surrounding areas of the Northwest region. Prolonged dry seasons, floods, and landslides are increasingly affecting livelihoods, food production, and in severe cases, losses of lives and property. These challenges were at the heart of discussions during the Bamenda Climate Change Adaptation Dialogue, a multi-stakeholder exchange that brought together policymakers, civil society actors, and community members to reflect on climate risk and explore practical adaptation solutions rooted in local realities. Organized by Support Humanity Cameroon, the dialogue sought to strengthen understanding of climate change adaptation and bridge the gap between national policies and community action. Participants were told that sustainable climate adaptation in the Northwest region requires informed communities, practical solutions, and collective responsibility.
This dialogue is actually part of a project that we're implementing on the ground, and part of these issues that we've witnessed on the ground is the issues of tenure systems that are not very clear, that impacting sustainable adaptation programs. So today we want to see how these interconnected challenges can be identified as turned from these challenges into solutions. But most importantly, we want to see an outcome that can actually inform and enrich the national adaptation plans and national determined contributions, which are core national climate policies in Cameroon.
Facilitators guided discussions around concrete adaptation strategies, highlighting the role of local action in supporting national commitments such as Cameroon's National Determined Contributions and National Adaptation Plan. Emphasis was placed on indigenous knowledge, livelihood diversification, and sustainable resource management as key tools for resilience.
They have to go into alternative sources of income. They should not just depend on agriculture. They should not just depend on livestock. Even they are doing agriculture, they should do diversification of agriculture, because if this crop fails, the other one can stand. And we also try to bring them different sources of energy that they can also adapt to. We look at in terms of management of disease and pests, how can they also cope, and how can they manage water resources so that the advent of climate change will not affect them so much.
Throughout the dialogue, speakers noted that adaptation efforts must be inclusive and linked to livelihood. Issues such as access to land, water, and economic opportunities were acknowledged as underlying factors influencing community resilience, though participants stressed that solutions must go beyond a single sector. Participants say the dialogue helped demystify climate change and classify the role individuals and professional groups can play in responding to its impact. Beyond awareness, the exchange reinforced the urgency of action at community level.
I've really learned a lot, especially with the policies that are available that guide climate action. And I've also learned about the adaptation strategies, considering that we have a lot of issues that are affecting us socially, economically, and health-wise. So I've learned that adapting is the key. We need to take action, and by taking action, we have to be taking action now, rather than waiting and planning and programming for tomorrow, because problems don't wait for anyone, and solutions can only come from us, while hoping that the policies are put in place are actually implemented properly.
As discussions wrapped up, participants called for stronger implementation of climate policies, greater community involvement, and sustained collaboration among stakeholders. They also emphasized the need to translate knowledge into action, from climate-smart agriculture to water conservation and alternative livelihood strategies.